The man who repaired broken things. The workshop sat on a quiet street where the cobblestones were uneven and the trees grew tall enough to filter the sunlight into soft golden patterns. The sign above the door was hand-painted and faded. Elias, repairs. No phone number. No website. Just a name and a promise. Inside, the air smelled of oil, wood polish, and time. Shelves lined the walls, crowded with clocks that ticked at different rhythms, radios with cracked dials, lamps with tarnished brass, and objects whose purposes had been forgotten by everyone but Elias. He sat at his workbench near the window, a magnifying glass perched over one eye, his hands steady as he worked on the delicate innards of a music box. He was in his late 70s now. His hair was white, his back slightly bent, his fingers gnarled but precise. He moved slowly, deliberately, as if each screw, each spring, each tiny gear deserved his full attention. Because to Elias, they did. The bell above the door chimed softly. Elias looked up. A woman stood in the doorway, hesitant, as if she wasn't sure she belonged there. She was in her late 30s, dressed simply, jeans, a wool coat, dark circles under her eyes. Her hair was pulled back, and she clutched a small cloth bag against her chest like it held something fragile. "Are you Elias?" she asked quietly. He set down his tools and nodded. "I am." She stepped inside, glancing around at the cluttered shelves, the ticking clocks, the soft chaos of the room. "I was told you repair things," she said. "Things other people won't touch." Elias smiled faintly. "That depends on what needs repairing." She hesitated, then reached into the bag and carefully pulled out a pocket watch. It was old, brass, tarnished, the glass face cracked. The chain was tangled, and when she held it up, it hung lifeless in her hand. "It belonged to my father," she said, her voice tight. He He passed away 3 weeks ago." Elias stood slowly and walked over. He took the watch gently, cradling it in his palm as if it were something sacred. He didn't speak right away. He just looked at it, really looked, turning it over, examining the engravings on the back, the scratches that told stories he would never know. "What was his name?" Elias asked softly. "Samuel," she said. "And yours?" "Lena." Elias nodded. "Lena, a strong name." She almost smiled, almost. "Can you fix it?" she asked. Elias met her eyes. "I can try, but I need to ask, what does this watch mean to you?" Lena's throat tightened. "It was his. He carried it every day. Even when it stopped working years ago, he kept it in his pocket, like, like he was holding on to something. And now you want to hold on to it too," Elias said quietly. She nodded, blinking back tears. "Then I will do my best," he said. "Come back in a week." Lena returned exactly 7 days later. The workshop was bathed in afternoon light. The clocks ticked their overlapping rhythms. Elias was at his bench as if he hadn't moved. "Lena," he said warmly, standing, "come in." She stepped inside, her heart pounding. Elias reached into a small drawer and pulled out the pocket watch. It gleamed now, polished, clean, the glass replaced. The chain hung smoothly, but more importantly, when he held it up, she heard it. Tick, tick, tick. Lena's breath caught. Elias handed it to her gently. "It's working again." She held it in her palm, staring at it, tears spilling down her cheeks. "How did you?" she whispered. "Patience," Elias said simply, "and respect. Things that are loved deserve care." Lena clutched the watch to her chest, overcome. After a moment, she looked up at him. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course," she must. "Why do you do this, fixing old things that most people would throw away?" Elias was quiet for a moment. He glanced around the shop. at the clocks, the radios, the objects no one else wanted. Because, he said softly, people bring me more than broken things. They bring me memories, grief, hope, and sometimes all they need is someone to handle those pieces carefully, to show them that what feels shattered can still hold meaning. He looked at her with kind, knowing eyes. Your father carried this watch even when it didn't work. Do you know why? Lena shook her head. Because it wasn't about the time, Elias said gently. It was about what the watch represented. A gift, a moment, a connection. And now it's yours, not to replace him, but to remember him. Lena's tears fell freely now. I didn't get to say goodbye, she whispered. We fought the last time we spoke. I was angry, and then he was gone. Elias stepped closer. Then let the watch say it for you. Every time it ticks, let it remind you. He carried you with him, just as you carry him now. Lena stayed a little longer that day. She told Elias about her father, his stubbornness, his quiet pride, the way he never said, I love you, but showed it in 100 small ways. Elias listened. He didn't offer solutions. He didn't try to fix her grief. He just listened. And when she finally stood to leave, she felt lighter, not healed, but less alone. Thank you, she said. Elias smiled. Come back any time, even if nothing's broken. She nodded. I will. As she walked out into the late afternoon sun, the pocket watch ticked softly in her hand. Tick, 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 each sound a heartbeat, each heartbeat a reminder. Some things can be repaired, and some things, like love, like memory, never truly break. They just wait, quietly, to be honored again. Back in the workshop, Elias returned to his bench. He picked up a small clock, one he'd been working on for months. It had belonged to his wife, who had passed many years ago. He would never finish fixing it, but he would never stop trying, because some things aren't meant to be repaired. They're meant to be remembered. The lesson, grief is not something to be fixed. It is something to be carried with care. The people we lose leave pieces of themselves in the objects they touched, the words they spoke, the love they gave. And when we honor those pieces, when we hold them gently, when we let them tick softly in our hands, we discover something profound. They are not gone. They are woven into us, and that connection, fragile as it may feel, is unbreakable.